And let's go.
Hi, guys, welcome back to episode 21 of Tales from the Towers. Joining me today is just me, Taniva, obviously, and Arnu Bad. Hi, Arnu.
Hello, Tandy. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
It's cold. Can't
Yeah, I
believe it's
think
this
this is
cold in
cold
Kumasi.
for more in a while, actually.
Hmm. Hmm. So,
Perhaps
what's on your mind, my little sister?
I came across an article. I didn't read through it completely, but I've heard some
Hmm.
rumors about certain streaming websites that we as humans just tend to find ourselves with. I've heard about Waka TV and I've heard about people getting arrested and it actually being something illegal. How do we approach
Hmm.
this being an internet service provider and having IP addresses and our clients obviously use our IP addresses? How do we approach this? What do we have to say to clients about this?
Well, I feel that I'm going to block it. IPTV is illegal. You're not allowed to use it. And obviously, it can trace it down to us, which makes us conspirators in all of this. And the biggest problem with Waka TV that I have is, and all these IPTV services, is that it is not hosted like where Netflix and YouTube and all the streaming services are. Like they all have to pay a fee to put a server down at a place called NAP Africa, and they have to put their own equipment down at NAP Africa, so everybody can peer with them, and everybody, all the ISPs, have to pay a fee to be able to access those servers quickly. Once that fee is paid, it's called a cross connect fee. Then the streaming to them is nice and quick. But because Waka and all these guys are doing it illegally and they're not paying these fees, the streaming is pathetic and slow, and the server's probably sitting in somebody's garage somewhere. And the way that they streaming these different services and DSTV and whatever, it's illegal. They're not paying DSTV for the rights and Netflix for the rights to be able to stream the content. And yeah, they've been arrested. They still the investigation is ongoing. They say that they want to actually hunt down the conspirators or the ISPs that were involved and the resellers and the people that were streaming it. So this investigation is ongoing, and hopefully our clients weren't involved in this, um, because it's illegal. And the most important and negative thing about it is the fact that it's illegal, and secondly, the fact that the streaming quality is bad. And I do know that some of our clients are still using it, and how they're able to do it, I don't know, because their servers in Cape Town were shut down, the website is down. Yeah, how's the service even still going?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, they probably have some servers in Johannesburg and Durban and in another guy's garage, and trying to milk the cow and get the last bit of money out of the current client subscriber base. But Wacker TV is gone.
And I've picked up something that we do usually when clients call in and they say they're struggling to stream. What we recommend for clients, I don't know if I recommend it wrong for them, but I tend to tell them check your YouTube. If your YouTube is
Hmm,
streaming perfect and you can watch a 2 minutes video full on without it loading or that wheel turning, then everything is fine. Then on our side,
100%.
we're okay. So then you need to go further and look into where exactly are you streaming from and think about the fact, is it legal?
Yeah, so test your service on a legal service first, and then moan about the streaming speed. We pay a chunk of change, a lot of money, to connect with the Netflixes and the YouTubes and the Showmaxes and the DSTVs. It, the our clients would get a mini heart attack if they knew how much we paid um, to get interconnected to all these different services and fees that we have to pay. And yeah, test your line on something legal like YouTube or Netflix, and then if that's slow, then come talk to us. But IPTV, A, is not supported, B, is illegal. You're going to get yourself into, I don't know, do you have any idea what the penalties are?
I
if they
saw
catch you?
5,000 if you are a first offender and you can find yourself facing jail time of 2 to 3 years, if I'm not
Mm,
mistaken. And then if you are a second offender, then you're sitting at a 10,000 fine and as well as 5 years imprisonment. So being
mm.
5 years just for watching something on an illegal streaming platform. Imagine that time lost.
Yeah, and I can understand why people are doing it. Obviously, they're saving a lot of money. DSTV is expensive, and Netflix could get expensive, but it's not worth it. Don't take that chance, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Sandy, I wanted to ask you now. We have been battling a bit with our upstream service provider, our fiber provider. They've been battling at Corp Maiden, I saw today, and our speed just went for a tenth of what it was. Obviously, there's unhappiness with our clients, which I can understand. Do you know what we are doing behind the scenes to mitigate these issues?
So from what I've observed and things I've set into is we have been working and finding different solutions to have backup for this in case something like this happen. We've looked at multiple companies and I believe we sit on meetings every now and again, which is every now and again, I mean daily. We're sitting on
Mm,
meetings with different providers and asking for a solution to this, trying to make
mm,
it better so that even if we do go down on one side, we still have a backup plan.
mm. Yeah, every time I get a little mini heart attack when this happens, it really bothers me so much. And I understand things go wrong. I can. Our uptime is still way above 99%, way above our competitors. Um, but there are ways and means of mitigating this. It just costs so much money. The quotes I've received was anything from 30,000 to 98,000 Rand for a backup line. So we have to go a little bit further than that and get our own routers into Terraco. We've mentioned Terraco before, which will be cheaper. And then from there, we can choose who will be our upstream backup service provider. So at the moment, we've signed the documentation. The credit checks on us have been done and we've been approved. Now it's just a question of shipping the gear and getting it over to Terraco. Tumi, come here quickly. I'm going to show you something. Look at my beautiful daughter. Say
Hi, Jimmy.
hello. Tumi's on leave. I bought you an egg. No problem. So we're actively working on it. And I think within a month, um, the problem should be mitigated. Every business has problems, as you know, and it just
Yeah.
eats me and hits me straight in the stomach if this happens. For example, today on our line, we were down to a tenth of the speed that it's supposed to be, and yeah, we can't afford that. But that'll be sorted soon.
Yes, I'm sure clients will be resting assured after watching this episode.
No, no, honestly, I feel bad about it. It's not right. But same thing, I also feel bad for our service provider because I can see that they're scheduling maintenance and they're scheduling repairs, and they let us know um, that the repairs are going to happen, but something's wrong. Something's wrong, and it's a fix, and then it goes wrong again. And yeah, I feel sorry for them, but this needs to be sorted out, and it will be sorted out. Last time we were down for days. That was really bad because a train literally ripped off the entire. The train derailed and ripped off the fiber optic cable that ran next to the train track. The train's still laying there in the gorge. You can have a look if you drive through the gorge towards Nelspruit. The train that they haven't even recovered the train. So how those guys managed to get down there, mountaineer down there, and repair the. Can you remember how long we were down? It wasn't days, but it was long. It was probably 18 hours before we had connectivity again. And then another thing, they had a rock slide down the mountain as well, which took out the fiber cables. Luckily, that they managed to reroute within a couple of hours. They rerouted us via Mozambique. And I think the same happened today because as I was checking what was going on our network, all of a sudden a new IP address popped up and another router popped up. So obviously we're being rerouted. And the problem is the support isn't local. So I can't ask the guys, what have you done? There's the communication channels are a bit closed, but I'm sure they've rerouted us probably via the Eastern Cape again, which our pings and stuff is fine, but we've definitely been rerouted. And is this now a permanent solution? I don't know. And that's one thing, Tandy, in our business as well. Even if you don't have answers, just try and get the as much info as you can and give that to the clients. It's very, very important that we communicate to the clients. Even though it's frustrating, our hands are tied a bit, we don't know what's going on, but communication is key to the clients. They need to know what's going on. I know we're sending our WhatsApps and
Mm.
many of our clients don't even have data because our uptime is so good. And when this does happen, they do get frustrated, and I understand why they do get frustrated. But no, okay, so that's one of the bad things of running a WISP. Um, what's your fun part of running or being in a WISP, a wireless internet service provider? What's fun for you working at TechConnect?
I don't know. Most importantly, I'd say selling the dream. And it's not just a dream, it is what it is, honestly.
Mm,
We are selling something that is there that somebody can look at within and monitor within the next 3 months of being with us and really see the difference it makes from other internet service providers. So for
mm,
me personally, sitting with a client and explaining to them and speaking from my heart, knowing that I use the very same product to service, and
mm,
also knowing that I trust the product and service, which I do fully.
mm,
So sitting there with a client on the phone or whether it's in person and actually just telling them about the Wi-Fi and telling them
mm,
about the internet and the features we have available, creating videos and sitting down and editing them, knowing that this is for that specific client that's in doubt or that one that's
mm,
struggling or that is just looking at all the sides or all
mm,
corners of this. So
mm,
for me, starting the vacation, starting the dream,
mm. Mm.
that's
For me,
important.
do you know what's fun for me is the fact that I'm literally feel like we are changing lives, that we are creating opportunities, that we are embracing our mission statement to the clients and giving them world-class internet experience and support. The support is so important because the worst thing is getting onto a phone and sitting with a call center. And the call center, you can feel that the clients don't really care. Yeah, sometimes we take flack from clients, but I still feel that the fact that they can actually pick up the phone or do a WhatsApp and talk to us, that really is nice to me. And the clients that come to us and say they've tried this ISP, and then they tried our ISP, and how can they do everything on our line and on a 10 times bigger line on fiber? They can't do it. How is that possible? Please explain. And they think it's like magic. We're performing magic
Mm.
on our lines. And yes, it costs, again, a chunk of money to get that performance out of the system, but we need to be able to do that for our clients. And I feel
Mm.
that everything that we do, we're doing with integrity and honesty and trying to stay as open as possible. And the fact that we're changing lives, to me, that's the lives and lives. To me, that's really inspirational, to hear the good stories and how much money the guys are saving. And an interesting report came out recently that Prasim published so this is based in America, but do you know which ISPs had the happiest customers and also the fastest growth?
I'm hoping
Fixed
it's us because we
fixed
deserve it.
wireless, fixed wireless, and 75% of new business growth in the States is fixed wireless. And do you know what's bad? Who came second? Starlink came second. And then after that, the fiber providers. And the primary reason that everybody said that they would rather go for the fixed wireless was they could pick up the phone and speak to somebody. It wasn't a huge corporate. And look, obviously, our idea is to become a huge corporate as well, but with the same small company values and small um, town values that we have, knowing our clients and being able to talk to them and seeing them as our family and actually meeting up with them at the supermarket and not being afraid to talk to them and not feeling guilty because we're giving a bad service. Honestly, that makes me feel so good. The fact that we are changing lives and that we are giving the best service. We need to just be better than Starlink when Starlink comes in one day.
Working on it.
Mm.
Yep.
What's the worst part of the job?
This is this is a difficult one. I don't really have a worst part. I think it's the
Mm.
ad and stock taking. Like
Mm.
being in control of the stock is a headache.
Mm.
I salute people that are able to do stock and keep track of
Mm.
stock without losing direction on it. That
And
is,
yeah, and we're still small. Remember, we're doing like 20 installations. We're probably going to hit 30 this month. But imagine when we get into the hundreds of installations a month, then there's going to be a headache. Old
oh,
Sam Evans always says, automate, automate, automate. So we probably need to automate the inventory control. So you need to start thinking of how we're going to do that. I've
yeah.
got good plans.
But yeah, that's for me. That small little, not so
Mm,
favorite part. But outside that, I have more favorites than downhills.
mm. Do you know what my worst is? Is how long it takes to make money in this business. We've been going since 2017, so what's that? 7 years
Yeah.
already, and still not earning a proper salary for me, and even my staff. I wish I could pay them double or triple their salaries because the amount of work that you guys do is amazing, especially when there's problems like today and how you guys just scope and go and help and answer the phones and answer the calls and phone the clients back and update and whatever. You deserve more. But because it's such a capital intensive business, every tower that we build costs so much, and
Mm.
then the data costs so much. So it's a long-term plan. It's not going to be an overnight get rich quick scheme. And anybody that wants to become a WISP, I need to just tell you and let you know that you need to think in terms of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It's probably going to become like a family business, I guess, that your kids will have to take forward, and they'll probably plant the seeds of which the trees that whose shade they'll sit under one day. But the the thought that we're actually doing good work that makes up for it. The thought that we're actually enabling the kids to access resources and tools that the rest of the world doesn't have. Not the rest of the world, the rest of South Africa. South Africa is lagging behind in terms of internet connectivity. So to me, that's bad. The fact that it takes so long to build a business like this, and also literally how technical it is, the acronyms and how clicky it is, because everybody is trying to, they won't really share info. I chatted to a guy called Shaheen. He was so nice. He's running a ISP in Vereniging. And I said, brother, I'm so frustrated. I just need some advice. And he literally spent half an hour on the phone, encouraging me and telling me don't worry about the competition and just control the controllables and giving me excellent advice. So salam alaikum, Shaheen brother. Thank you for the time that you spent to me. Shout out. And just encouraged me and told me and gave me some advice and really, really, really good advice. So if I could help Shane in the future, I'm going to. Um, yeah, so it's really that's one of the bad things of working in the wireless and the ISP industry. Plus, you've got these big players with millions of rands of capital, and they're willing to wait 10, 20 years invest in fiber and bury that stuff in the ground, and their return on investment's 10 years down the line, and they don't mind.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we self-funding everything at the moment.
But we're doing great. We're doing great. I
Most definitely.
Numbers are definitely saying we're doing great.
Most definitely. So last week I asked Jean-Loup who his favorite person is in the company. But I'm not going to ask you that because you got into a lot of trouble with you. I want to know who's your favorite team in the company, the Clydesdales or the Arabians? First, maybe explain who the Clydesdales are and the Arabians.
Eric, but you're forgetting a team.
Am I?
Yes.
Look, to me, the Clydesdales are all the cold-blooded horses, and the Arabians are the hot bloods. So I know we've got the Clydesdales, the I don't want to call them show ponies, the Mustangs, and who's the other one?
I keep forgetting them.
It's not the show ponies. But first explain who the Clydesdales are.
Okay, so the kite styles are our techs. These are the people that are on the field. These are the people our clients tend to meet first before meeting us. And these are the
And do
people.
you know where the Clydesdales come from, Tons?
No, no, actually, I'm very curious about the whole horse name thing.
Okay, so the Clydesdales were these huge, massive. If you have a look at a Clydesdale, put them against a human. There was actually a Clydesdale at the Mpumalanga show, and I fit him. Yeah, this horse is massive, massive, massive. So Clydesdales used to pull the heavy weights out. If something like in the Second World War, like a tank got stuck, they would call the Clydesdales, and two or three or four of those horses would pull that tank out of the bog or out of the ditch that it got itself stuck in. And they were worker horses. And there was actually a saying, let's wait for the Clydesdales. Because if something heavy needed to be lifted or pulled or whatever, the Clydesdales would come and do it. And then they kind of went extinct because machines took them over, and all that they used them for was the shows. And then Heineken, the beer company, used them as their mascot. They had these huge, huge trucks full of beers and refrigerated beers, and the Clydesdales would pull these trucks. But the Clydesdales, oh, they aren't in use as they were in, before the 40s and the early 20th century. But yeah, so that's where the Clydesdales are from. And then you Arabians, it's because you're hot bloods and temperamental and passionate. The Clydesdales need to be calm and cool and laid back, and they need to look at the big picture and be able to build a new tower out of a pole and a gun pole and whatever they have available. And
Hmm.
then the Arabians are you the passionate lot, our sales team.
Okay, now to mention my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
My favorites have to be the kite style. I really support and I respect what the boys go out and do. Boys is even an understatement. What the men in the groups actually go out and do. The installations are smooth. And it's so amazing to check in with a client a month later and hear them saying, no, everything is intact, everything's okay. When I have a problem, this tech comes quickly and they on
Mm,
site and they respond to the matter quickly. So I
mm,
really they do. And to think that they do so much work in a week, and when it gets to the reflections, someone will state in their reflections as slow week, nothing stand out,
mm.
didn't do much. And the installations are sitting at 8 in that week
Mm.
alone. So I
Yeah.
definitely respect them.
Isn't it interesting how we just feel we're pumping, and they, in their reflections, we have a weekly meeting where they reflect on their week. All of them say, no, it was a slow week. It was a slow week. I can't believe it. You did 8 installations on your own. Come on. Wasn't it slow? But yeah, that's typical of the Clydesdales. But I don't have a favorite. I like both the Clydesdales and the Arabians. The Arabians are super cool because whenever the pawpaw hits the fan, they go into overdrive and use that hot blood of theirs and just phone. And today I saw you two again, you and Numsi. Amazing, amazing work. And I'm getting like heart attacks and I want to go and lock myself up in the toilet when our internet goes down like that or goes slow. And you guys just handle it. I'm, I must, I must ask, after all the excitement and stuff, do you also like,
Definitely.
is
You
it,
just deep breath and you're
yeah,
good. Now we can all calm down and everything can just
mm, yeah, that's one thing of our industry that I really don't like is it's not just one client that goes down with like IT support or one printer that doesn't work and 10 people are affected. Yeah, we're talking about 700 people, 700 families, businesses, trucks start standing. Um, and the worst is most of our clients don't have backup data. That's bad. So we really feel like I really feel like I'm letting them down. It's really not a nice feeling.
but we're working on it. We're working on it.
Mm,
Definitely.
mm. No, okay, well, that was a nice, short and sweet one, I think. I need to go eat. And you? What are we eating?
I need to go prepare dinner. I'm halfway through. I was craving some mushroom pasta chicken.
Oh,
So
nice.
do that.
Okay. Enjoy, enjoy. Thank you for your time, Tandi. I really appreciate it and see you in a week again. I'll see you tomorrow, but we'll talk on Tales from the Towers in a week again.
All right. This is
Okay.
all for tonight. Have a great evening further.
And
Bye.
guys, remember, I need internet.co.za. Go to I need internet.co.za.
Kill all those myths that they are telling you today.
Mm. And Tandy made some excellent videos on fishing. Let me just decline that call on fishing, and you must go have a look at it. It's on our YouTube channel. You just Google TechConnect.
Yes, yes. Watch that video so that you can be informed and vigilant.
Mm. Okay, cool. Good evening. Enjoy. Bye.
Bye.